Okay, cool. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's webinar, Disaster Recovery for Small Businesses, presented with the City of Barstow. We're going to introduce some valuable resources for dealing with disasters, including earthquakes, fires, and of course, the pandemic. We're also going to hear from our keynote speaker, California State Treasurer Fiona Ma. So it'll be a full schedule. But before we get started, I'd like to bring up Daniel Chou from the Minority Business Development Agency for some introductory remarks.
Thank you, Angela, and thank you everyone for being here with us today. We wanted to update all of you as to different resources to help your business recover or change your strategy or kind of look into different opportunities, introduce you to some speakers who can help you with your particular situation, whether it be business, personal, insurance, and as well as the state and federal resources are available as well. From our agency alone, Minority Business Development Center in Pasadena, under the U.S. Department of Commerce, we have several programs to help small businesses in their recovery efforts. Part is through the CARES Act, where we're helping training businesses of various levels to kind of adjust to the COVID situation as well as the fires. We have one-on-one training for business who need specific attention, and we also have our regular MBA program where we're helping businesses from 2 to 5 million and above in sales to grow their businesses even more. So if any of that would fit within your needs, please give us a call. Our number 909-315-3339, and our email address info@sccgp.org. So we know that all of you have your unique issues and may not have all the resources to be able to help you in your efforts to get back to the levels pre-pandemic. So please give us a call. Our services are complements of the government, and hopefully we can be of resource to you. So in that, please reach out to us if you need to, and let's start with our first panel speaker. Angela, would that be State Treasurer Fiona Ma?
Yes.
Okay, so just so you all know, State Treasurer Ma has been very active along with our agency in these last few months in bringing resources, not only from the state, but resources where you may or may not have access to throughout your business day and through the recovery efforts. So we like to always share the stage with her because she has much more resources than, in addition to ours on the federal. She can tell you what's going on the state side. So in that, please welcome Honorable Fiona Ma.
Thank you. Thank you, Daniel, for having me here today. I think we've done about 100 of these webinars since March 16th, and just trying to be a resource for folks during these times, whether was again the pandemic or through the various stimulus packages. If you go to my website, www.treasure.ca.gov, I've got two prominent buttons. One is our official COVID-19 resource, COVID-19 website that has all of the governor's latest executive orders, the different colors that we are in terms of opening procedures, different resources, as well as handy phone numbers for you to use. The second one is my COVID-19 resource guides, where my external affairs team updates these guides on a real-time basis. So if you go to that website and the guides, you're not going to be applying for some sort of funding, a loan, or a bond, a loan or a grant program that has already been expended. So we have resource guides for small business, individuals, seniors, nonprofits, food access, as well as tax relief. And again, these are updated on a real-time basis. I also have a designated email address if we don't answer any of your questions today, or you have additional questions for us. And that email address is askfiona@treasure.ca.gov. And I will type them all into the website after I speak so that you will have those links and those phone numbers. But the governor has been very active in trying to help the various communities, whether it's through a seniors food program. If you need food, there are certain restaurants that have received funding to provide food delivery to your homes, or whether it is small business guarantee programs through the iBank. For those of you who have a hard time accessing a traditional loan with a bank or a credit union, we do have a number of funders, either through the iBank Small Business Guarantee Program or through my CPCFA CalCap Small Business Program, where we provide a loan loss reserve program so that it would encourage banks and financial institutions to lend to more riskier businesses. So think of us as our lender of last resort. We also have a number of agencies that are here to help as well. The California Office of the Small Business Advocate under Governor Gavin Newsom's office. And they have a lot of different direct assistance programs, as well as webinars and trainings for you during this time. Our GoBiz has loan grants, training, incentive, and savings programs as well. And that is gobiz.ca.gov. As I mentioned, the iBank has a disaster relief guarantee program, loan loss guarantee program, and the governor is going to be launching a new program through that agency very soon, and it's called the California Rebuilding Fund, a $25 million allocation to CDFIs to access capital. So you can go to that website to sign up. It is not live yet, but again, it is the California Rebuilding Fund. We also have an R&D corporation income tax credits, and this is piggybacking with the federal R&D credit for those companies that are engaged in R&D, and you can claim this credit on your income tax return. We also, if you're home right now and you're looking for ways to make your home or your office more efficient, we do have a program that you can access that can provide more funding for efficiency measures, whether it's better lighting or windows, insulation. And we also have a program to create or to install electric vehicle charging stations, either at your office or your apartment building. Paid family leave is also available right now through the EDD. Beginning July 1st, you can take a paid family leave from 6 to 8 weeks to take care of a child or care for aging parents. And eligible businesses may qualify up to $500 per employee using this program. Let's see, we have another program that may be of help. It is the Employment Training Panel. And that basically provides loans. Let's see, it's a state agency that uses a pay for performance contract to reimburse costs for employer customized job skill training. So if you need assistance training new or existing employees, apprenticeship, or even small business owners with 9 or less employees, you may be able to receive some reimbursements for training your new employees. And also another helpful website that I have found is the United Policies website. They are a nonprofit. They are not funded by insurance companies. All of their information is free to use. You can call them for advice if you have any questions about insurance policies, insurance claims. If you are in an area that has encountered some sort of disaster and need assistance and a place to turn, someone to consult with, I would highly advise you go to their website. They have a lot of resources and can be of assistance, especially during these disaster times. And their website is uphelp, uphelp.org. And again, we are here. My direct email address is askfiona@treasure.ca.gov. Not only can we help answer your questions, but also try to connect you to those agencies. Perhaps you're looking for your PPP loan or your unemployment insurance claim. We can definitely try to assist you on that. And again, while we are waiting for another federal stimulus package, we know that people are very anxious in terms of being able to reopen, or you're a small business, trying to pay your rent or your mortgage. We are hoping that the federal government will pass an additional stimulus package. In addition, the House a few months ago passed an infrastructure package as well to help those that are embarking in all types of development projects, some additional infrastructure money. So hopefully we will see some help from the federal government very soon. However, in the meantime, please wear your mask, practice social distancing. The COVID-19, we are spiking again, and the governor has just reissued reopening guidelines and actually reversed some of the types of businesses that can open. And so we really need to just get through this together through Thanksgiving. Please shelter in place, take care of you and your family so that we can reopen quicker and recover. So thank you for all being here today, and I look forward to meeting with you all in person after we get through this COVID crisis. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Treasurer Ma. Yeah, there are so many resources from the state and federal government to help small businesses get through this very difficult time, and we're always so grateful for Treasurer Ma's explanations and all of her support and help for small businesses in the area. And so please take advantage of these resources. I will be showing the contact information for our team. Our team is here to help you, consult you about how you can utilize these resources to your best advantage. So those resources and those information will be shown later, and I'll also drop them in the chat. So like Treasurer Ma said, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. We really like to help everyone get through whatever it is that you need to get through. And so right now I'd like to turn it over to Amanda Hernandez. She is the Economic Development Administrator for the City of Barstow. So welcome, Amanda. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela, and thank you all for being here today. And a special thank you to Treasurer Ma for finding the time to meet with us and share the different resources that are available to the community. I also do want to extend a huge appreciation to American Quartz Throughout this pandemic, American Quartz has been active in the community and has really been forward thinking about, still maintaining the desire to open. And they have also thought about the community in regards to supplying PPEs to City Hall for us to give out to residents of the community and for our police department and for our fire department. So a huge thank you to a business here in Barstow who is having a really big impact on the future here and keeping residents and the community safe here. And aside from the resources that Treasurer Ma handed out, I don't have too many more. I do want to say that GoBiz has been a very active partner for the city of Barstow in helping us relay the different opportunities that businesses have out here, whether it be opportunity zones and different tax credits. GoBiz has been a very active partner in really getting people to understand the benefits of moving their business to Barstow or how to maintain their business in Barstow. And just for some other resources in regards to COVID, we do have a COVID webpage on our City of Barstow website. We still have a banner up at the top that says resources for COVID, or if you want to find different local partners who are still giving out food. Treasurer Ma had provided some insight on that as well, but we here in Barstow have done some local efforts of getting that information out to our community as well. Other than that, I am able to answer any questions that anyone might have for the city of Barstow, but I do just want to, again, extend my deepest appreciations to the state for being involved with a city as small as Barstow. We may be tiny and very far from the bigger cities, but we have, at least from my experience, we have been supported by GoBiz, by the county, and especially by Treasurer Ma's office as well. So I appreciate everything that you all are putting forward together here and bringing it to the community.
Thank you so much, Amanda.
Thank you.
So now I'd like to bring up Amy Bach. Amy is she is the executive director of UPHelp.org, United Policyholders, and she has some just really valuable information about the role of insurance during disaster recovery, and she is here to share her experience and her insights about how you can leverage your insurance policies to your best advantage. So welcome, Amy. Thank you so much.
There we go. Thank you so much to the organizers and to Treasurer Ma. Not only is Treasurer Ma a person who keeps an eye on the books of the state and safeguards all of our financial interests, but she really does go above and beyond to really make sure that all the useful programs and information that might be helpful to small businesses available. So she brought me in to give a little bit of information to you, and I'm very grateful to her for that and to all of you. United Policyholders, as you heard, we're a 501c3, so we're tax exempt. We're a charity, like the Red Cross, and we've been around for almost 30 years. And there's just a few little pieces of information I'd like you to take away. We run 3 programs, and through our Roadmap to Recovery program, we're in the trenches with you and your neighbors when there's been a wildfire or a flood or an earthquake or a pandemic that has caused people to suffer financial harm. And financial harm is obviously the purpose of buying insurance, right? So that if something bad happens, you have a source of money in addition to grants or loans or your own savings that would help you get back on your feet. But because, partly because of climate change and just sort of business in general, insurers have gotten very fond of more fine print exclusions than in the past. And there are a few things you need to know as a property owner. One is that unless you are paying specifically for it, you probably don't have earthquake insurance. So we always tell people that, yes, buying earthquake insurance may seem expensive and it may seem like the deductible is high, but if you have no insurance, you have 100% deductible. So it's always good once a year to get a quote for adding earthquake protection for your business. That's one thing. Same thing with flood. If you live anywhere near an area that has flooded or that could flood, get a quote for flood insurance. I know for you small businesses that are suffering COVID losses, you may not be feeling in the mood to buy more insurance because maybe you're frustrated that your insurance isn't helping you now. So I wanted you to please do visit our website, uphelp.org. We have a whole COVID library. And what my organization is doing is we're fighting for all the small businesses that have insurance for what's called business interruption. And we are fighting in the courts across the country for you to try to get the insurers to pay those claims. And it's been it's a long slog and it's going to take a while. But don't give up. If you do have a business interruption loss and you have you see those words in your business policy, you should absolutely put a claim in and then see whether you can get it paid, because we're still at the beginning of the fight, believe it or not, to get those claims paid. And finally, I just want to say that through our Roadmap to Recovery program, we see all the holes in people's insurance. Because the ways in which the fine print is preventing them from collecting the insurance proceeds that they thought they had. And so a few things I've noticed about small businesses. Many small businesses being so busy don't always keep good inventory records. And that can be that's really challenging when you've had a loss, is trying to reconstruct, especially if there's been a physical loss. So, fire, water. So if you can just take your cell phone, it doesn't have to be fancy. Walk around your business making a video of your storage rooms, of your assets, just so that you have a visual record somewhere. That's a really, it's free, do it. And then at least you'll be in slightly a better position. Because again, I have noticed that a lot of small businesses being as busy as you are, don't always have good records. And now if business is a little slow because of COVID, this is a good time to do that inventory. And then finally, just know that you should be talking to your insurance agent every year and having a real conversation. Don't just grumble about the premium and pay it. Actually have a conversation with the insurance professional about your business's needs, just to make sure that the insurance that you're paying for is going to cover the types of losses that you expect it to cover. So obviously, the basics, theft and fire, but you do need to have that conversation because insurance companies are frequently changing the language and tightening up and limiting the circumstances they'll pay for. You don't want to get caught. Having that conversation once a year with your insurance agent, take good notes, keep those notes in a safe place, and that way you're doing your best to get your insurance program to match the assets of your business and your needs. And I really want to thank you for your attention, to the organizers for including me in this program, and encourage you all to visit uphelp.org. We have a special section for small businesses also in our Claim Help library. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amy. So right now, I'd like to bring in Lei Jin, who is the project manager of the American Quartz, the American Quartz Group. And Lei is actually a representative of one of the small businesses in the area. So I'm sure that he will have very valuable things to share about his experiences running a small business during these challenging times. So welcome, Lei. Thank you so much.
Hi guys, my name is Lei, and this is our CEO Tommy Hu. And first of all, we would like to thank you for giving us this chance to join in the gathering here. And thank you for the ladies, and thank you for the WS International Group, and thank you the Minority Business Development and Fiona, so we can talk together during this coronavirus pandemic time to share our thoughts and concerns. It also gives us a chance to deliver our appreciation and gratitude to all the government agencies who have been constantly supporting businesses like us. Just want to have a little briefing on our company. By following the policy of bringing manufacturing back to the US, our CEO, Tommy, a very successful entrepreneur and investor who has the experience of owning and operating business across the country in Asia, Europe, Africa, and North America, decided to establish the first ever quartz slab manufacturing facility in the West Coast. So currently at the city of Barstow, our project is doing the construction for the first phase. We will be having two phases. For the first phase, it will include 2 full-size quartz slab production lines, starting from the raw material mixing and ending with the ready-to-sell quartz slabs. The slabs will then be distributed to the retailer, construction companies, and other vendors all over North America, and in the future, maybe worldwide. We are targeting a $40 million in gross revenue after those 2 production lines reach their full capacity. And it is $20 million per production line each year. And for phase 2, which we are targeting to start in between late 2021 to early 2022, we will be opening the construction for another 3 production lines. It will bring our company gross revenue to potentially $100 million per year in total. And for job-wise, each production line will be creating at least 30 direct positions. And as we grow, we believe it will bring even more indirect job positions to the local community. For instance, after our production come out, the vendor will need to hire more truck drivers to transfer our products to the statewide or to the countrywide. The supplier will need more people in their factory to produce the raw material that we will need for our production lines. And by hiring more people and bringing more people come to the city of Barstow for business and to work and to live here, we believe it might create more demand for the real estate, entertainment, insurance, hotel, or restaurant industry as well, because we are all connected somehow in certain ways. So all we are trying to do here is to benefit the local economy and community and carry our social responsibility. It is our way to say thank you to the city of Barstow, the county, the state, and the federal government for their tremendous support to us. So in regarding of the pandemic, like many other local businesses here in the Barstow, we have encountered lots of difficulties and obstacles for our construction progress. But fortunately, the city of Barstow remains in close contact with us and have been provided their full support and resources to help us get through this difficult time. Like, for example, Amanda has helped us to get the endorsement letter. I'm talking to Amanda. Yeah, thank you, Rick, for that. And we got a letter like super fast from the Nikki sign, and we have provided the letter to the California Border Patrol in LAX. So that gives us a very smooth custom pass. So we have successfully allowed those 3 technicians at that time to enter the US with that endorsement letter to authenticate that our project is legit. And also, for last time, when we told the city that the electric company, SoCal Edison, is planning a 6 to 9 months to hook us up with the electricity. But to us, it is really an unaffordable waiting time. We we really cannot afford to wait that long because we are targeting to finish all our equipment assembly and testing in 2 to 3 months. And if it's a 6 to 9 months time frame, it's really gonna really be hard for us to do in the trial production and to reach our targeted revenue. But after we have communicated with the city manager Nikki and Chris and building official Chris has helped us to put some pressure on SoCal Edison and has reached to their supervisor and helped us to try to move in the time frame a little bit faster. And now we are expecting the progress to be significantly faster than 6 to 9 months. We're still in the middle of the negotiation, but we believe it's gonna work out for us. Also, the city helped us to follow up with the gas company as well, because the gas company here is really a little bit hard to reach out, and the city has regular meeting with them. So that's another aspect they helped us with. So eventually we are targeting to bring like 25 to 30 the consultant technicians from China to come to the US to Barstow to help us assemble the machine, test the machine, and conduct training to our employees, and then we'll go back. So still the job position is created for the local community, for the people in the US. And that's why we are still working with the city to trying to get the more technicians to come, because we might need a little bit more documentation from you guys. And also, meanwhile, for the construction process, the city manager Nikki and the building official Chris has been checking in with us regularly on our progress of the construction. And they have asked the building inspector to visit our construction site pretty much on a daily basis to provide assistance and offer suggestions for our project. It has been very helpful to us. Also, at the end, maybe we have a few questions for the tax part, because I know Amanda and I had a little conversation on the tax exempt area, the opportunity zone, right? And we can maybe further discuss on that as well. And for some like the business support from the citywide, countywide, or statewide, just curious. I was through the question here. So for the similar kind of factory like us, in Northern Carolina, they're one in East Coast. They are a similar factory with us. So while they were doing the electricity construction, the local electric company has and the local government has provided them with a complementary transformer for the project. And but we were told by the SoCal Edison that we might need to pay for it ourselves. So that's one thing that we might need to follow up with you guys to see if we can get some kind of complementary transformer from Edison or from the county or the city level. And that's one thing we want to like maybe discuss in the future as well. So that's pretty much our question. And I'll be wrapping up by saying thank you again to all the people that has ever been helping and supporting our company along the way. We are looking forward to have a deeper cooperation with the city, the county, the state, and the federal government agency, and the local businesses as well. We believe together we will get through this pandemic, and we will have a 100% full recovery in the near future. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Lei. Small businesses like yours are really what keeps California's economy running, what makes us the 5th largest economy. And so bringing small businesses and supporting them and bringing them the resources that they need to not only get through disasters or the pandemic, but also to support them during normal times is super, super important. That's something that Treasurer Ma has been passionate about ever since she became California State Treasurer, stimulating the local economy, bringing manufacturing jobs and industries back to California. And so Treasurer Ma really knows what it takes to bring these businesses back and how to support them. So I'm going to let Treasurer Ma make a couple comments.
Thank you. Yes, thank you to American Quartz Company for locating in Barstow. So there's a couple of incentive programs that we have here in the state of California for companies such as American Quartz Company. Number one is a sales tax exemption program. So for those companies that are located here in the state of California that is buying new equipment that seeks to green, clean, be more sustainable for our environment, you may be able to apply for a sales tax exemption. So you don't have to pay the 8 to 11% sales taxes on that expensive piece of equipment. And it is a very popular program with advanced manufacturing companies. And that is administered through my office, the California Alternative Energy and Transportation Financing Authority. And I will put that information on the website in the chat momentarily. We also have another program for those companies who want to stay or grow here in in California, and that is our Cal Competes program. That is also a very popular program where we evaluate companies based on 12 different factors, including the number of full-time jobs created and investments in certain industries that we deem favorable for the state of California. And that Cal Competes program is run through the GoBiz program. And then another one is a new employment credit through the Franchise Tax Board. If you hire a certain amount of full-time qualified employees, you pay qualified wages within a designated geographic area, and I believe Barstow is probably one of those areas, you may be able to take a tax credit against your taxes through the Franchise Tax Board. So those are just 3 programs that come to mind when listening to the American Quartz Company talk about their company. And again, I will put that information in the chat box right now.
Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Treasurer Ma. So we're now going to hear from Michael Chou. He is an expert in earthquake and fire preparedness, which is something that small businesses would all benefit from thinking about and doing and making a plan for. So he has many years of experience dealing with such disaster preparedness. So he's going to talk to us about what small businesses can do and the plans that you should be thinking about. So welcome, Michael. Thank you.
Hi, guys. So I only got 10 minutes, and there's still a lot to talk about when we talk about fire and earthquake. And we all know the COVID situation will go away, hopefully, eventually. But the fire and earthquake is right beside us, and it's going to be with us as long as we live in these areas, especially in California. So the 10 minutes I have today, I'm just gonna go over some really high level stuff. And because our program, the state program do offer free trainings for small businesses. The consultants like myself and my other colleagues can either give you a webinar to go over these processes, how to prepare for these emergencies, or we can visit your office after the pandemic, and these are all free of charge, thanks to the state program, Preparedness program. And I do have a few slides. Angela, do you have my slides, or can I share my screen?
You can go ahead and share your screen.
Okay, can you guys see? Okay, so like I said, earthquake it's all around us, especially we're in California. Just last year, 2019, Ridgecrest had the biggest earthquake in that community for centuries. And as you can see, the entire movie theater roof fell off. And on the bottom left, that's the grocery store and the trailer park. And this is not even a very extreme magnitude earthquake. As I believe it was 7.1. And this is the result. Just imagine something like that happen in the metropolitan area in the state of California. It's going to be a lot worse. And we do want, and there are ways, that we can be prepared for these kind of disasters and to save lives. And that's what the program is all about, is to teach folks not only at the office, but also how to protect yourself and prepare yourself at home for earthquake and fire. So the first thing that I want you to take away from today's 10-minute briefing is, if you're a business with more than one employee, according to OSHA requirement, you need to have a safety manual. And this manual is the Bible that will help you survive these kind of disasters. They should consist all the important safety issues, like the exit route, or how you should protect yourself during the earthquake. All these information should be in it, and also you should also point out where are all the fire extinguishers, where is the safe zone after the fire, the meetup places for each company. It should have all these information in it. So if you don't have one, I would urge you as a business owner to hire somebody, or to get it online. There are a lot of companies they can help you customize a safety manual that will fit your situation. So that's the first thing that we should go through is the safety manual. Okay, and the second thing is that you can do to prepare is a survival kit. After the earthquake, especially a large magnitude earthquake, most likely we will be out of electricity and water, and our chances of surviving have a better wellness during that time is for you to have a survival kit. And the survival kit can be purchased on Amazon or even in Home Depot or some other like Ace hardware store. But it's getting more and more expensive. I remember when I first purchased this for my house, it was only $50. It looked exactly like this one on the screen. But now when I check on Amazon, it's around $70 to $80. So it's getting more expensive, but you don't need to buy a kit. You can actually assemble a kit yourself. And here are a few of the very essentials that you should have. You should have water. You should have some non-perishable food. First aid kit, utility tools. If you have a member of your household that need medication, you definitely want some spare medication to put in the kit. One battery operated radio, a flashlight, and some power source. So these are the basics that you should have in your survival kit. Again, we're not going camping or going to doing some luxurious activities. So these are the basic needs that will give you a primitive living condition. So this is the second thing I would urge you guys to prepare if you don't have one. So the first thing, remember, is to have a safety manual. The second thing is to have a survival kit. And there are a lot of different teachings on how to protect yourself during the earthquake. I remember when I was little, the schools here, they teach us to actually hold ourselves in between the rooms, so right beneath the door frame. And after probably a couple of decades, they found out that's not the most secure way to do this. And the NASA and also the Shakeout LA organization, which is specialized in earthquake preparedness, has populated this method called DCH. This is from years of study of earthquake all over the world to find out that this method will give you the highest chance of survival. So what DCH means is, D means drop. Once you feel the earth start trembling, the first thing you should do is to drop on the floor, because the things that can hurt you are the things that's falling on from the high grounds. And you don't want your head and neck to be the higher point in that room, in that space. If something fall off, you want it to fall off on something else first. So you want to keep your position low. Second is to take cover. And the most important thing to cover is, again, is your head, your neck. Okay, because if something fall on your hand or fall on your feet, it hurts and it's very unfortunate, but most likely you might be able to survive. But if something fall on your head or your neck, it's not going to be pretty. So second thing is to cover, and the third thing is to hold. Why hold? Because when large magnitude earthquake hits, it hits like a wave, and the furnitures move around quite dramatically. So you want to hold on to the thing that you're hiding under, so that it doesn't move away from your cover. So your covering won't move away, or you can move along with the covering. Okay, so these are the three things that the method that the scientist is proposing us to do. And the third thing that I really want you guys to take away from this 10-minute highlight is preparedness has a lot to do with discussion, and has a lot to do with practice. Once you practice the DCH method, once you guys talk about, okay, what is the best place to take cover in each room or each space where you occupy most of your time, that will shorten your reaction time, and each second counts during those devastating emergencies or disasters. So the third thing I want you guys to take away is to really talk about this with your families and with your coworkers. Again, where is the best place to hide, and what is our exit routes, and practice the DCH. I think this will dramatically increase your chance of surviving a large magnitude earthquake. And lastly, but not least, is I want to talk about fire really quick. You know, for the past, I've lived in Los Angeles for the past 20 years, and every year there's some kind of fire. But this year is just craziest because the fire literally is just right behind me. I can see the fire that's on the mountain. a lot of my friends, their house was evacuated, and the smoke, the ash is just, it's all over our car every morning, and it's as real as it gets. So we're fortunate that in California, not that many people live in a high rise, and most of us we live in a single house or condo, things like these kind of building you can actually run out when fire happens. And unlike earthquake, you do have some time to react and respond to that emergency. But the most important thing I want you guys to take away is one little thing can really, really help is to have a fire extinguisher. For every business, you're required to have fire extinguisher in every space. And for a lot of people, you don't have a fire extinguisher at home. And this $15, $20 thing can really save your life and also save a lot of your properties. So please purchase them online or at local hardware store. It's not very expensive. This thing can really help. And for business owners, it's funny because those large fire extinguisher, not everyone know how to operate them. I would encourage you to get one that's about to expire and gather your employees and show them how to use these fire extinguishers in the parking lot, so that when these kind of things happen, they can respond at a very fast pace and to extinct that fire, which will save you a lot of money. So these are just the high levels stuff that we do during our training for the free training for small businesses. If you have more question, or if you think this kind of training will be beneficial to you, feel free to get in contact with us, and I believe we will have our information sent out at the end of this seminar. Okay, that's all I have today. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, Michael. Yes, it cannot be overemphasized how important it is to be prepared for earthquakes and fires. We live in in areas where earthquakes and fires are often not too far away from where we are, and so this is super important to get your small businesses prepared for these events. It can really save lives and help your small businesses avoid any liabilities. So all of our panelists are available to answer any questions that you may have. If you want to ask a question, please either raise your hand, type it in the chat, or use the Q&A function. But before we move into the Q&A portion, I'd just like to I'll share my screen. I want to highlight our team of consultants who are available to do one-on-one sessions to help you navigate the disaster recovery process. Michael is available to help consult you about making a disaster preparedness plan for earthquakes and fires. Our other team members are here to help you navigate the COVID situation and to help you utilize the resources that Treasurer Ma and everyone in the panel mentioned. So I'd like to introduce our team members. Starting with Ling Su. She is the president and CEO of WS International Group, which is a corporate advisory firm focused on building corporate exposure among Asian countries and communities, as well as making strategic introductions for international trade and foreign direct investment. Ling was formerly the Marketing and Public Relations Director of the Minority Business Development Agency Business Center in Pasadena under the U.S. Department of Commerce. She's a seasoned bridge builder between communities, governmental agencies, and markets, and she brings her multiple years of experience to the Go Biz program. And the Go Biz program is the one that's sponsoring these one-on-one sessions. So we really encourage you all to take advantage of this opportunity. We also have Bob Spence. Bob is an entrepreneur and small business owner in Ontario. As a former banker, he is familiar with the challenges and paperwork required to get loans approved. He is also well-versed in the field of emergency management. He's a member of the Ontario Community Emergency Response Team, a general class amateur radio emergency communications volunteer, and a long-term trainer for Boy Scouts of America. So he has trained many youth and adults in emergency preparedness, and I'm sure he has a lot of valuable experiences and insights to share with you. We have also Jaya Measle. Jaya is an inspired leader and successful business coach. He has produced and directed many cause-oriented special events, including Our Common Future with Sting, San Diego Earth Day, and Whale Day International. Jaya currently owns Epic World Media, and he is committed to helping California small business owners recover from the pandemic with resources and business coaching. And Michael, who you just saw just now, he has more than 15 years in tech and consulting, and he joined the team 2 years ago and has helped more than 100 small to mid-sized companies on their emergency preparedness, risk management, product strategy, and operations management to build a more resilient business. And finally, we also have Amy, who you also heard from earlier. Amy has been a professional advocate for insurance policyholders since 1984, and she's also been an attorney since 1989. She has just plenty of experience in advocating on behalf of consumers about their insurance policies. She is a nationally recognized expert on insurance claim and legal matters. She has also served as an official consumer rep to the National Association of Insurance Commissioners since 2009. So she also has just a wealth of resources and experiences to help you navigate the recovery process. So their contact information is listed on this slide. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. So please reach out. Every one of our team members is so happy and excited to speak with you. So with that said, please drop any questions or comments you may have in the chat or in the Q&A, and our panelists will be happy to answer them. No questions so far. I'm also going to drop our email for WS International Group. We are running these webinars, and we are also more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. So please, if you're not able to drop any questions in the chat or during this webinar, please email us, WS International Group. If there are no questions, I'd just like to thank all of our panelists here today. Thank you so much. This is definitely a challenging time for everybody, but we are so grateful that you are able to offer your support and your resources and your wisdom with us every step of the way. And I'm sure that all small business owners in California are grateful for you as well. If anybody has anything last minute that they'd like to contribute or share, please go ahead. But if not, thank you so much, everybody, again, for being here with us this afternoon. And we really look forward to seeing you in one of our future webinars or in a one-on-one session. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.